What's going on, 100 Gang? It's your boy 100 Gang Nate, back outside with another video today. And today I will be telling you about my 5,000 mile review of my FL5 Honda Civic Type R. Yes sir, it's been 5,000 miles already. I'm gonna have to get to the story and tell y'all why we reached 5,000 miles so quickly. I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time I understand why we are here. But before we get into that, I want y'all to know that if you like cars like these, you should subscribe to the MOC. That's the crew that we got. It's me, Race Car Friends, Cutie Chaotic, and Blueprint 1LE. They all got crazy, nice cars. Race Car Friends has a WRX and a Type R, Boost Blue. Cutie Chaotic just came through crazy with an Acura Type S and a GR Corolla. And Blueprint 1LE has a Camaro SS 1LE that's modded up by Kotech, and he about to add some crazy to go along with that. But, you know, we just really trying to show the world our love for cars. So I think it's very important that you guys go subscribe to those guys. You can find them on my featured page. So let's go ahead and get in to this 5,000 miles review of my FL5 Honda Civic Type R. Yes, sir. Let's go. First things first, how did we get here? If you guys can recall, I've only been owning this vehicle for about 2.5 months. To be honest, I've been daily driving it every day, and I've been back and forth to Florida a few times, like 2 or 3. So that will help you rack up some miles pretty quickly. I've been down, back. Yeah, I went down and back. I think I did that one time, maybe 2. I'm not sure, but I've been down and back to Florida. Each of those times was 1,000 miles round trip, and then I've been daily driving it. So we put on them miles fast, and I wish I could slow it down. And in order to slow that down, I'm gonna have to add something to the channel in a second, so we can have a exclusive daily, so we don't have to keep banging on the Type R all the time. But before we get to that, I want to let y'all know what I have enjoyed on my first 5,000 miles of this vehicle. I actually have a list for you guys. You know, I had to do the list. So you know, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I like, some things that I dislike, and I'm gonna give you a summary, you know, of my first 5,000 miles. So let's go ahead and get into what I like. First things first, what I like, man. I ain't got no type, you know what I'm saying? Bad vehicles is the only thing I like. All right, so I obviously didn't have a music career, but the thing that I like about the Type R is the look. Man, this thing is so aggressive. I love it. It just looks special. It's just better. If you've been to my last few videos, you know it's better. BEDDA. And the thing is just nice. It's aggressive. It's the right amount of aggression, and it's the right amount of smooth. And I feel like I got the perfect color. So I really love like the way that it looks. I love the way that it rides. You know what I'm saying? It rides very smooth. You know, I had a ZL1 1LE, and I really didn't mind the ride, but it was pretty rough. You know, and the Type R is not as rough. You know, it's a more smooth. You can actually feel the comfort mode. And the ZL1, they got tour mode, but champ, you ain't touring nothing. So I really love the way that this car rides. Another thing that I really love about this vehicle that my ZL1 did not have, I had the ZL1 1LE, the big one, not the little one, don't get it confused, is that it's practical. It has 4 doors. I can take my family in this vehicle comfortably wherever I need to take them. You know what I mean? If we want to do a road trip and hop in here, we can go here, hop in here, and have no problem going on a road trip. And the ZL1, the back seat, even though I have 2 small children, they still would be uncomfortable back there. That ZL1 is not made for no road trips. And it's gonna burn a ton of gas, which leads me to my next point. One thing that I really like about this vehicle is the fuel economy. I can ride on a full tank for a week and a half, you know, and that's just if I'm really going out of my way and really driving. I'm pretty sure it could last a lot longer than that if I were to just stay in one spot. But you know me, I be moving, I be on the go, I be, in other words, outside. Another thing that I like about the FL5, you know, I haven't really gotten into it yet. I've only done one mod, which is aesthetic, which is the tints, but I love the ability to mod the vehicle. Some of these cars out here, you get them and there's only so much you can do, but with the Honda Civic Type R, you can really mod this thing. I really want to get up to like 500 horsepower, start clapping up vehicles that it's not supposed to clap up. And if I have enough money and I get bored enough, maybe we'll do an all-wheel drive conversion kit. I feel like that would be a nasty, like a Type R that's all-wheel drive. Race car friends ain't gonna be able to say nothing about that WRX then, because we're gonna be all-wheel drive too. So obviously, I can't speak, man. So obviously, for me, there's a lot of things about this vehicle that I like, man. There's a lot of things that I like. But with every car comes the pros and the cons. I gave y'all some of my pros. Now I gotta give y'all some of the cons. Some things that I do not like about the Honda Civic Type R, the FL5. First thing I don't like, man, is the Bluetooth, man. Like, the Bluetooth system, I'm sorry, I don't know what Honda be doing. I don't know what Acura be doing, but the Bluetooth system in this vehicle is just not it. It's very laggy. It's just laggy. The infotainment screen, the infotainment system, I mean, sometimes it wants to work. Most times it works, but you get that like that 2% or 3% of the time where it just going nuts. Like, it just doesn't work. But the Bluetooth lag is real. Like, when you're on the phone, if you speak, person on the other end not gonna hear you till 5 seconds later. And sometimes it gets annoying because, you know, you don't want to have your phone to your ear, because in most states nowadays that's a ticket. And so when you're using your Bluetooth, you really want a fast, snappy response. In this vehicle, you are not going to get that. So if you be on the phone all the time in your car, if that's something you like to do, go ahead and get used to, you know, just get used to this being laggy, because that's just gonna happen. Another thing that I do not like is this shift knob, man. I don't know what people were thinking, but we live in the South, and the South be hot AF. So when you come out here in the hot weather and you come out here at 90 degrees, you gonna mess around and burn your hand on this shift knob. You know, it's gonna fry you. And I don't understand why they decided to do that, but somebody at the headquarters decided to do that. They did it, so now it's done. Also, for the colder states, I'm assuming it's the same. If you live in a very cold state, you come outside, freeze your hand off. So I just feel like they weren't being thoughtful about the actual usage of the shift knob when they did it. They probably thought it looked cool, which it does, but the functionality of it, gotta give it a D-. Another thing that I do not like about the FL5 Honda Civic Type R, and that has nothing to do with the car. What I don't like is the fact that you cannot order it custom to your liking. It seems to be a common thing with Japanese car makers, is that you kind of get what you get. You can't go there and spec out what you want. I think you could do it with Subaru, but as far as Toyota and Honda, you cannot sit there and say, tit for tat, this is what I want. They kind of just tell you what's coming in and try to match up, you know, your package to that. Like, you don't really have no say-so. And for me, that's just something I don't like. That's something that I really loved about the American companies, you know, especially like GM. When I ordered my ZL1, I was able to order it tit for tat, specifically the way I wanted to do it. It wasn't anything like, oh, you gotta take what we give you and you're gonna pay all this money for it. It was like, nah, you're gonna get what you want. If you want this on the seat, you're gonna get that on the seat. If you want this on the dash, you're gonna get that on the dash. So I really love that about GM. I love that about the American car companies. But that's the only thing I can say that I dislike about this vehicle. It's not much. I don't have many complaints. Like I said, it's a special vehicle. It's a rare vehicle. It drives well. It's fast. It's exclusive. It gets attention. It does all the things that a car enthusiast is going to want it to do. Stock for stock, coming off the Bone Street. No, it's not the fastest car in the world, but it's no slouch either. It's going to get the job done. It's going to handle its own. With 315 horsepower, it really does its thing. You know what I mean? It surprises me, and once you like start rolling, it really rolls. It gets up to speed very, very quickly. Any owner, I'm pretty sure race car friends can attest to that. And I feel like if you have an opportunity and if it makes sense for you to purchase a vehicle and you have the money to purchase a vehicle like this, I feel like you should go ahead and get this. Also, I hear a lot of people are like complaining about markups and stuff like that. So soon I'm gonna be talking about how to avoid markups. Because if you know, I sell cars for a living. So I'm gonna tell y'all some of the tactics, some of the inside tactics of how to get around that. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Car dealerships probably gonna be mad at me, but it is what it is. I gotta keep it 100. This is the 100 game, baby. 100 game Nate. So, as I always say, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been with the channel, I really, really appreciate it. And if you like cars like these, go ahead and subscribe to the MOC. That's me, Race Car Friends, Q the Chaotic, and Blueprint One Ali. And oh yes, sir, go ahead and go to 100gangclothing.com and get you some merch. It won't hurt, but it will help the channel. And I'll see you guys very soon. Let's go.